Hello everybody, Maven here, and with the release of Final Shape, 3 weapons suddenly became S tier overnight, or at least A tier. These include the Oversoul Edict, the Nation of Beasts, and the Combined Action, which is crazy because when I did my updated PvE hand cannon tier list video a month or two ago, I ranked Combined Action as the rock bottom worst hand cannon in the entire game, but these rose up because of one buff specifically, and that is to the perk Eddy Current. Previously one of the most trash perks in the entire game, now it's extremely solid. And the reason it's so good on these 3 weapons specifically is because they can pair Eddy Current along with Volt Shot. And let me tell you, buffed Eddy Current with Volt Shot together is a nasty combo. And technically the Undercurrent can get this combo too, but not only do I not have one, but also wave frames got a huge nerf. I have not tested them since the nerf, so I don't know if wave frames are bad now or if they're still good, but you know, I'll get to that in the future. Anyways, let me talk about this combo and why it's so good. Hope you enjoy. So this is what Eddy Current used to do. Temporarily increases reload speed after sprinting. This effect is improved while you are amplified. So you used to have to sprint 3 seconds to get a 20% reload speed boost and a 0.95x reload speed multiplier. But now after the buff, it says temporarily increases reload speed and handling after sprinting or while amplified. Now that little piece of text at the end there, or while amplified, is a massive game changer for this perk. So you used to have to sprint for 3 seconds to get that plus 20 reload speed and 0.95x reload duration multiplier, but now you only have to sprint 1.5 seconds. They halved the time, which is awesome, but while you're amplified, you bypass that completely. If you become amplified in any way, shape, or form, you instantly gain the bonuses, but not only that, while you're amplified, the bonuses are drastically increased. So instead, you get plus 60 reload speed and a 0.95x reload duration multiplier, which synergizes extremely well with Volt Shot, because Volt Shot just so happens to be a reload-based perk. And Volt Shot is arguably the strongest ad clear perk in the entire game, at least for a primary. And becoming amplified is probably the easiest elemental buff to receive in the entire game. It's basically free. Whenever you're on a class that can become amplified, you basically are amplified at all times. It says that rapidly defeating targets with arc damage makes you amplified, so your weapon alone can make you amplified. But each class has their own way to become amplified with just one single action on the spot. For Titans, on Arc or Prismatic, you have Knockout, so getting a melee kill makes you amplified. Just walk up and punch something and there you go. On Arc or Prismatic Hunter, you have Ascension, so you just do your little spin to win in the air, and that instantly makes you amplified. And then on Warlock, you got Electrostatic Mine, so collecting an Ion Trace makes you amplified. And because of the combination of Spark of Shock and Spark of Ions, even just throwing a nade will instantly make you amplified. And you guys remember my meta Prismatic Warlock Getaway Artist build that everybody and their mom is using? Thank you, by the way. It also becomes amplified on the spot just by consuming your arc grenade. So Eddy Current is a very solid perk to run on this build. Now, if you add a loader mod into the mix as well, it grants a 0.85x reload duration multiplier, which even goes beyond having a reload stat of 100. Now you can see how fast I reload the Oversoul Edict here just with one loader mod, and you can see just how drastically it increases after I consume my arc grenade to create an arc soul and a bleak washer, and suddenly I reload lightning fast and can proc Volt Shot left and right. It's nasty. Now between the 3 Eddy Current Volt Shot primaries, the Oversoul Edict, the Combined Action, and the Nation of Beasts, which one is actually the best? Which one do you want to use? Well, let's test it out. So the Combined Action is hitting a trash mob for just over 12,000 to the head, resulting in a DPS of 24,806. And the Nation of Beasts is hitting a trash mob for over 11,000 to the head, resulting in 26,541 DPS. And the Oversoul Edict at 540 RPM is hitting for 3,200 to the head, resulting in 29,061 DPS, being the highest of the 3. And I also did the math on D2 Foundry. Oversoul Edict also reloads the quickest out of the 3. Now we got to talk about our artifact mods real quick because we do have Overload Hand Cannon this season, but remember that Jolting and Overload Champion already stuns it, so Overload Hand Cannon is kind of irrelevant, but we do have Anti-Barrier Pulse Rifle, but then we can also Jolt at the same time. So the Oversoul Edict not only reloads the fastest and does the most DPS, but also stuns 2 different champions. And it can also get an Adept variant, unlike those other 2. So the Oversoul Edict, in my opinion, is the best of the 3. Now soon, but I don't know when, we're going to get a brand new Pulse Rifle called the Corrasion that can also get Eddy Current Volt Shot, but unlike the Oversoul Edict, it is a heavy 2 burst frame, which I believe is going to be better. You're going to have that massive range benefit, and the accuracy is just going to hit a lot harder. Now, Eddy Current Overhaul, as you know, is extremely good at just clearing out groups of trash mobs, so that's going to synergize extremely well with the origin trait Radiolaria Transposer. Rapid Final Blows cause targets to explode into a pool of Radiolarian fluid, which just further synergizes with this ad clear setup. It's going to be absolutely insane. This thing is going to be one of the top primary weapons in the game, I'm telling you. And the Undercurrent with this combination might actually give the Forbearance a run for its money. Now, I don't have one of these yet, so I couldn't show it in a video, but it is going to come back as an adept drop this season. I don't know if the API is just bugged, but when I click on the new version, it says it has like disorienting grenades, proximity nades, spike nades, but it's a waveframe, which makes no sense. I don't know if this is a mistake, but we'll see how this pans out if it is true. So there you have it, guys. Anytime you're playing on a subclass that can easily become amplified, one of these primaries is a solid option. The Oversoul Edict is definitely one of my new main primaries for any of these situations, but I can't wait to try out that new Corrasion when it comes out, because it's definitely going to be juicy. And that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like and a comment, because that pleases the algorithm gods. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing, as we are so close to hitting 50K, and you can help me get there. And thank you so much if you do. And with that, I'll catch you in the next video. See you later.